Hi there, my name is Christina Marie. Today I wanted to share with you some of the notebooks that I'm currently using, just because it's something that brings me joy. I'm quite obsessed with notebooks and I really like to write. And if notebooks bring you joy too, then this might be a fun video for you. One notebook that I definitely use every single day is this small weekly planner. It has a monthly layout, but I don't use that at all. I don't have appointments or anything like that. I just write in the weekly spreads and I typically remember to do it. It's really good for trying to recall information, so it helps me work my memory, and that's kind of the main reason I started doing this back in 2022 or 23. I have 3 of these now, but I am going to move into a little bit of a bigger planner, and I'm hoping that will give me more of an opportunity to write what I'm doing in my homeschool life and what I'm also doing throughout the day, maybe like a daily recap. Another notebook I carry with me everywhere is this tiny bullet journal / Leuchtturm 1917. It is a sweet little, I guess, pocket planner. I put some stickers on there. It's just one of those catch-all notebooks. It's really helpful to stay off my phone. I do put notes in my phone a lot, just because it's always right on hand, and I have it kind of organized now, but I definitely try to write more than I do in my phone. But sometimes I'll put down something in here like a milestone, or as I call them, milestones, something that my kids said or did, and I want to keep track of that. So this is a little notebook that I just write whatever. If I'm watching a YouTube video, I might open this up and jot down something, or if I want to remember to make a list about something and I don't want to make it right then, or any other content notes, I can put them in here. I've definitely enjoyed this. I'm almost finished with this one, but I have another one that I'm excited to carry around with me. This is a really cool Italian notebook that my husband gifted me. He wasn't going to use it, so I was able to snag it from him because it's just so beautiful. And it's a hardcover. I put some stickers, and it's just a really fun dark green. I don't know if they have a name for it, but I've barely written in it at all. I started writing like quotes in it to be kind of like a, what do they call it? Zibaldone. And then I also have a master index and just some notes organizing the Marie Kondo way. Just, things my son have said that's really funny. And then I started writing some addresses. So it started to be a little address book. And I have so many pages left in this, but it's great to just have to keep track of stuff. I picked out this journal and my husband bought it for me. It's a lined journal. So I was trying to figure out what I should do with it. I probably should have made it a book notes journal, but instead I started to write down, my kids are only about to be 5 and 2, so I started to write down things that they might have been working on in homeschool. I'm probably going to share more about that. This is just a super sweet lavender color. I love it. Like I said, it's lined. I just write down the time and then the location that we're at because we travel so much, and then it just gives me an idea of some things we were working on if I want to look back on this. I recently picked up a little sketchbook and it's just blank. I like to draw in pen. So this is the first entry. I did like, whoop. First I did a little mouse over here, and then I did a little mouse in a bay window. She needed to be there, but her face looks real miserable. So I also like to keep a spiritual journal. I started to work through like Genesis through again, and I only got to Numbers and kind of fell off. So right now I'm working through a workbook called Give Me 40 Days, and it's been really fun. I'm on day 33. I haven't been doing the 40 minutes of prayer just because I'm a mom of 2, and that's a big commitment for me. One notebook that I carry with me everywhere as well is this one. I carry it with a book. Right now I'm working through this book. It's called For the Children's Sake. This is a Charlotte Mason type of book. It talks about her ideas, and I keep some book notes in this notebook. This is I don't want to say if it's a B, I don't know. It's an A5 or something. It's kind of like a bigger one than your typical A5, B6. I got some cool stickers on there, some Asheville penny cup coffee, and then this is from Mudwater. We have a local coffee place in town that I love, and this is Pure Tide. They're a really good company that my husband is filming for. He's a videographer. You can follow him at Cody Scott on YouTube. And he brought me home this sticker. With my name on it, and it's Nutella, and I just love it so much. And then I have like a bunch of nicknames that I go by. I started this as like a bullet journal, and I was really hopeful to start bullet journaling again. I even put one of these year at a glance things on here, but I just never got to do it. It was a lot. it was a year. In here, I actually started writing the homeschool stuff, things that the kids were working on, and a daily review. And then I started reading A Philosophy of Education by Charlotte Mason, and then For the Children's Sake. So this whole thing has just been for the children's sake. And I am so glad that I have one place to be writing all these notes for Charlotte Mason. Oh man, I have way more pages left than I thought. So that's good news. Yeah, I really wanted to start having specific notebooks for specific topics because I have had an experience where I had everything in one. I'll actually grab it really quick. This was my first bullet journal in 2018. And growing up, I really was particular about stickers. Like I've kept this cat sticker for a long time, and I finally decided in 2018 that it was time to just put stickers on stuff. And obviously I was living in Wilmington, so I've got some Sunday's coffee from the beach and Wilmington Brewing Company, stuff like that. Cute stickers on the side. Anyway, I tried to do an all-in-one, and this was really great for when I was working. I was working at a preschool. Eventually I ended up in a Montessori preschool, which was just amazing. But after a couple years there, my husband decided to start a videography company. And so I dove headfirst into that with him. And then I ended up having our first son. And so I stopped working completely, and I haven't worked in like 5 years. So yeah, I'll do a whole like flip through eventually of this, but I just wanted to share my experience. I took notes, made like crazy monthly spreads, and I had little trackers, and I did all that stuff. I made notes from Maria Montessori stuff, drew out ideas of how the children's home would be, how the space should look. I even had like a ukulele tab spread. It's a mess. It wasn't perfect. I took a class forever ago, and I had this tiny little notebook with a dog on a skateboard on it, and I took notes about photography. I kept it forever, so I just put it in here and made this cute little spread. So it was a lot of fun. Everything was in the same place, but what I found was that even though I was making goals and writing down things I needed to do, I really wasn't able to focus because it just felt so constricting. Like everything in one book, I kept flipping through pages and I found myself just looking through everything but not ever achieving any of the goals. So I think that stunted me a bit. So I tried to get organized. I found out about a Zettelkasten. It's where you keep notes in a box, and it's mostly to keep you organized with information that you're getting from content or books and things like that. And it would be helpful if you're like writing a book or something. I have to grab my notebook, my other notebook. So this is something that I bought to keep my index cards in. I first started index cards when I wanted to learn how to cook. I just needed to start to get better. I started writing some recipes on there, and it really helped. I was able to just focus on that index card. And so I put that idea into notebooking. So I bought this so I could keep it with me. I just can't get enough of Hawks. We got Chili, the mama. My sister gave me this sticker of the cat bus from Totoro. Here's a sketch that I did of an orchid. It comes with like tabs and things that you can use to organize it better. I even like organized it by my key life areas. I always focus on spirit, family, health, creativity, and career. Now, because I don't work, I put giving. I tried to color code it and go through my old notebooks, as you can see, and kind of annotate them a bit. I got some pretty shiny ones. So I went back through my notebooks, my old ones. This is also one I'm working on. Oh, I don't know what that was. And this was just something that my husband picked up at an event that he was filming. And I just really liked how it looked and felt, writing on the lines and stuff. And I was tracking like the books that I was reading throughout the year. Just gonna tuck this in here. So index cards. This really helped me just focus on one thing at a time. I started writing down just super simple stuff. I really, really, really liked how the index cards kept me focused. I didn't feel trapped. I could move them around. They're very tangible. I could throw them away. I could rewrite them. Anyway, if you want more information about how I geeked out on index cards, we can go there. Just let me know. I also have in here some letters that I wrote and individually cut out. I'm going to be starting the Teach Your Child How to Read and 100 easy lessons. Hopefully do it during the baby's first nap because that would be just the best way to focus. Speaking of focus, this is also something that I don't use every day, but it is my go-to notebook for personal journaling. I found that I was journaling throughout my notebooks, and that was really frustrating because I would have random thoughts throughout my throughout my notebook, and it would be weaved in with content material, notes, book notes, tracking. So that's kind of another reason why I went through and decided to make individual notebooks. This was a must. This is a moleskin. It's a hardcover, and it's a really good size. These are both Lighthouse, we call it Leuchtturm. So I have these pretty guys right here. Ooh. And I love these notebooks. So I bravely stuck more stickers on here. I haven't gotten to this one yet, but I had my husband buy me a sticker book with butterflies and bees on it. So I went crazy with stickers. Also, the Panda at Tractor Supply, they have wild animal sticker book, and I had to have it. This right here is a sticker from Fonta Flora Brewery, as you can see. I thought it was a good idea to make it on the spine. I am going to be looking for another one of these. The paper's fine, it's lined. I just journal about whatever. I don't have a hard time journaling usually. I typically stick to just one page because that's enough for me, but I sometimes can write 3 pages. I've tried morning pages and I got super excited about it. And I got the morning pages book from Julia Cameron from the library, and I was super jazzed. So I bought this. Like I said, I have no problem writing, so I figured I would try to go for whatever this one's called. I'll put it right there. Anyway, I stuck some really cool stickers on it from the encyclopedia book that my kids have. And you go through the encyclopedia of the animals. They have a little bit of facts about them, and then a ton of stickers that you can put on there. And this is from a skin from my husband's camera. And I had some goofball dinosaurs, and it reminded me of this picture that I made for my dad when I was a kid. Still have that picture. I guess it was a team effort because it has my sister and brother's names on it too. Oh, we got some hidden Paw Patrol in there. I really can't remember what this is called. So I haven't written much in this, but I did the 3 pages most of the time, and I wanted to make it a huge habit. So maybe I'll start doing that again. I like it. It's obnoxiously huge, and since it's for morning pages, it's stuff that I need to get out, but I'm probably not going to read back on. I need to because there's some really good ideas in there for filming and stuff. Another notebook that I have is a bird notes notebook. I like to bird watch, and I don't often see new birds, so I'll write in here sometimes. Usually I'll just enjoy the birds. I picked up some notebooks from the dollar store, and I've been using this one specifically for my 40 days scripture stuff. I started making my own notebooks. I went through all of my old notebooks, like all of these, and I made an index. In case I need that physically at some point in my life, it's there. So yeah, that's a lot of the notebooks that I am currently using. These personal journal mixed in with stuff done at an old church that I was at, a little study that I was doing. This one I think is more, I can just look on this. These 2 back here are reflection questions. So I was doing really good at asking myself the same questions at the end of each day. I probably didn't get to it every day, but it kept those organized. This is probably the oldest notebook that I physically have, from 2015 when I met my husband. And then I guess this is a B6, so that's the size. This is a B6, so A5. B6. My husband got me this really, really cool notebook. I'll probably ask him to get me another one. It's so cute. Denick? I don't know. Oh my gosh. I just love the clouds. They're so cute. I want another one. Oh my gosh, all the notebooks, please. Help me. Yeah. It is a dot grid. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of random stuff. Notes, bullet journal style. This is like cheat sheet notebook stuff. This is leftover scrapbooking paper with little cameras on it that I use as a bookmark. It's super cute. I have a stencil that's super fun. I used that on that page. I just love how it looked. I don't know. It was just such a good time for me with this notebook. I wrote down my ideal day and a mood tracker. Oh my goodness, yes, this. I tried to goal map, and I did little sketches of goals. Goal maps. That was fun. I'm definitely going to do that again. I'm a very visual person. If if you haven't noticed. Oh my gosh, look at this little, hello. I just really like how this notebook feels. I like the Sharpie S Gel 0.38. And I also like the 0.5 and 0.7, but I got a buttload of 0.38s and they're really good for how I like to write. I have found that journaling, it flows a lot more nicely with like a 0.5 or 0.7. I'll probably pick up some 0.5s. Anyway, I just wanted to show you some examples of how I was bullet journaling and habit tracking. I just wanted to geek out real quick. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed talking about my notebooks and reliving these moments. If you have any questions for me about my notebooks, I would love to talk about them more. Drop some information in the comments, any questions you have, or if you want me to talk about my book notes or plans for homeschool or anything fun like that also. What is that? This was the first notebook that I made. All right, look at that stitch job. Oh my goodness. It really hurt, guys. But this is just a tiny notebook that I made. I didn't have my little bookbinding kit that I have now. And I have made some notebooks since this one. These little guys. What the heck are they called? No, I'm going to remember it. Signatures. I made signatures to actually make a notebook, but I ended up just using them separately because I had already sewed them, not knowing what to do because I don't want to use glue. Like, I'm just not there. So hopefully I can share some of that with you guys. So if you want to make notebooks with me, just, subscribe and we can make notebooks together and be goofballs. To end this video, I hope you had as much fun as I did. This table is completely covered with notebooks. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for loving these notebooks with me. I hope that you had a lot of fun and that you have some questions. I can't wait to get to know you guys. See ya.